The Nomadic Marai 401. Let's talk about it. This video is brought to you by Nomadic. It's another dive watch that's not another dive watch. That may sound like a denunciation, but what I'm telling you is the complete opposite. The Mirai 401 by Nomadic offers a nuanced diver by using a lot of interesting design elements that we've all grown to love. On the cuff, this 40mm diver makes use of the preferred proportions of the contemporary watch enthusiast. It also comes with a nearly flat lug angle, but it's still quite easy to wear. Female endlings? Yes, please. It's not an official homage, but one cannot escape the comparison between the Mirai and the Tudor Black Bay. The case shape and feel evokes the Black Bay's shape easily, with the index and prints mimicking it closely. Seeing this beside the BB58 also shows where this is different. This is the dark Atlantic Emerald version of the Mirai, which also comes in a black and blue variant. The dimensions are 40mm in diameter, 48 meters from lug to lug, and 20mm of lug width. The thickness is 11.5mm with a water resistance of 200 meters. Nomadic used the Sellita SW200 movement that has a time and date complication. It's an automatic winding movement, beats at 28,800 bph, and has a 41-hour power reserve. Finally, this one uses the usual 316L steel for its band and case. Quality-grade ceramic is used on the bezel, while the dome sapphire crystal provides the worry-free security against seeing floating scratches on your dial. Something worth mentioning is how some of the part references the Belfast shipping yard. The yellow seconds hand is taken from the yellow gantry cranes of the shipyard. 401 comes from the most famous liner to come out of the harbor, the Titanic. Even the Nomadic is a tribute to the SS Nomadic, which now resides in the Hamilton dock. The Seafarer, or Mirai in Irish, is rich in cultural elements that's quite fascinating to read over. Something that eludes fascination is the reliability of a Sellita SW200 caliber. It winds smoothly but with just enough feedback from its clicks. With no date window, the only thing left to adjust is the hours and minutes. The threaded crown seals the watch shut against all of the harsh elements. And of course, that bezel. The sound is glorious and virtually no backplay for this well-made bezel. Unlike many other watches, the Mirai comes with a set of tools to help facilitate on the strap changes. Not all watches are strap monsters, but when it is, it becomes a lot more interactive and ultimately valuable. Like the Black Bay and other vintage-style divers, strap options are aplenty for this watch. A luxurious sailcloth strap can elevate the look of the watch while keeping its seafaring capabilities. Premium straps like these conform to your wrist better and also has a certain weight to it. This one works well with an all-black stitch, but a white stitch version looks just fine also, as this variant adds a little more visual interest. Investing on a quality deployment can go a long way and often matches the premium feel of this case. NATOs are synonymous with dive watches, and this one is no exception. With no taper on this strap, the watch creates a bulkier impression. You can make use of Mirai's own robust spring bars for this option. Bear in mind that NATOs also add a low height to the watch as the fabric passes between the case and your skin. The fun thing about NATOs is that it's a lot easier to change between color fabrics, and it's a lot more affordable. This one in particular is a cheap Amazon strap. Cheap both in price and quality though. A reasonable trade-off, especially for fans for this price point. Whatever choice you make, it's great to visualize what the watch could be in different configurations. This enriches the experience for everyone, and Nomadic designed the watch to take advantage of that. Even if you decide to go the full bracelet route, this timepiece really takes center stage, as you will soon see. Over close scrutiny, the finish on this case and bracelet is luxury class to say the least. While most micros would settle for a brushed finish, the Mirai employs a combination of polished and satin facets. The gloss sheen from the crystal and ceramic bezel is framed well with soft straight patterns of the case. Polished bevels also accent these areas. The sides of the case reminds me heavily of the Tudor Black Bay, all in a good way, of course. But it's the bracelet that really seals the deal. Nomadic employs the familiar riveted links with polished sides and satin finishes. The deep luster and crisp lines here can rival any entry-level luxury watch you can think of. Notice also that there's very little signature on the case and bracelet, a designing restraint exercised in good taste. The dial does have the block of text at the 6 o'clock position, but it still manages to be simple. This is due to the large negative space on the top half of the dial, which spills downward. It also helps that we're used to seeing 2 or 3 lines of text at this area, making it inconspicuous. It's the exact opposite though when it comes to the lume. This one uses a very potent blend of superluminova for supreme legibility under low light conditions. But in good lighting scenarios, the gilt indexes and hands grabs your attention. Not only is this a great vintage color combination, but it's also a natural pleasant tandem since green and gold are harmonious colors. At over 700 pounds, this passes the $500 mark, which sits just above the common microbrand pricing. But this is not just another microbrand dive watch. It's certainly built better and wears a lot more luxurious than it has the right to be. On top of that, they are willing to guarantee the watch for 2 years along with the options for servicing. And lastly, the Mirai has a thoughtful design behind it that connects it to its Irish roots. Nothing too fancy nor too obvious. Just enough and just right to make sense. It's not another dive watch by being another dive watch. Another dive watch to consider owning. So if you think you've seen every dive watch that Microbrands has to offer, well, think again. Nomadic is able to deliver here a great watch with tight tolerances, zealous level service, and Tudor styling at a fraction of the price. No wonder they're currently sold out. But don't worry, Nomadic promises that they'll restock soon. Listen to this bezel. Listen to this bezel. Right? No backplay, guys. No backplay. Look at that. File this one in the keeper drawer.